today's going to be all about kind of, for those of you who do yoga on the mat, transitioning into the chair, for those of you who haven't done yoga, how to posture and keep yourself safe, okay? So if your feet don't touch the floor flat, slide to the front so that they can be flat on the floor. And then find the bony parts of your bottom and drop nice and tall. And bring your ears back. So I call this the chicken. Bring your head back. And my neck, when I do this, my neck always pops because we spend a lot of time like this. Sewing, texting, computer. And so it's really important to bring those ears back and grow long. So bringing the ears back for those of you at home. And grow tall. So touch the top of your head just really gently. And as if you're going to reach up and touch the fingertips with your head. And drop your shoulders down. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Blow it out through your mouth. Deep breath in. Blow it out. And one more time. Deep breath in. And blow it out. And then just allow your breath to return to normal. Inhaling in and out of your nose, eyes are closed, bringing it in for an internal journey. And start at your feet. Feel the soles of your feet connecting to the earth. And imagine that they're rooting down, as if it's going to grow down through the floor, all the way into the earth. And keep growing down. And keep breathing in and out of your nose. And feel those roots connect into the earth. And then let your attention come from the bottom of your feet to the top of your feet. Maybe wiggle your toes a little bit just to get a sense of where they are. And then bring your attention up your lower leg to your knees. Slide your hands down and just kind of let the palms of your hands be over your knees. And just notice the warmth of your hands on your knees. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And feel the thinking mind beginning to slow down. And sometimes at this point, the thinking mind gets really busy. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why am I touching my knees? That's okay. Just let it happen. And rather than giving the thinking mind your attention, give the palms of your hands the attention over your knees and feel the warmth. As if healing the joints of your knees. And then with your attention and your hands, slide your hands up your quads, up your thighs, and just bring them to the sides of your hips. And just notice what it feels like. And when I did that, I kind of anchored down into my sit bones, the bony part of my bottom on the chair. And I feel myself leaning forward, so I'm going to just slightly draw up, engage that belly button to the spine, drop out of your shoulders, breathe in. Know where to go. Nothing to do. Let those hands slide down to the sides of the chair. Spin the hands open. Take a nice deep inhale, lifting your hands up over your head. And if you touch your neighbor, give them some love. And then exhaling them down as if you're doing a jumping jack. Kind of opening them wide. And we'll follow the breath with this. And we're going to do 3-part breath. So we're going to inhale our hands up. The second inhale is at the halfway point. And the third inhale is clear at the top. We're going to pause right there, drop out of our shoulders, spin those hands open, and then exhale, exhale, exhale. Now, if this is the first time you've ever done breath work, you might feel a little dizzy. Soften your gaze so that you're not dizzy. Inhaling your hands up, 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 Exhaling them down, 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 all the way down. We're just warming the shoulders up, getting them ready to work a little bit, inhaling them up, 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 and back down, down, down. We're gonna do one more of these. And as we inhale our hands all the way up overhead, sometimes those arms feel really heavy. So imagine that you have a long line of energy coming from your seat all the way up your arms, dropping out of your shoulders. Now, as we're going to reach over with our left hand, reach over, drop that right hand down, back down to the floor. Now, if you want a little extra work in the shoulders, you can press like you're going to set your hand on the floor and press the heel of your hand to the floor. You're going to feel that in your shoulder of your right hand. Feel the side body opening from the hip all the way up and over. Good. Anchoring down through those hips. Now, spin that palm over, inhaling, coming back up. Exhaling the other direction. Hand goes down, all the way down. Press that palm all the way to the floor. Reach those fingertips over. Reach, 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 reach. Nicely done. Find your breath. Palms working to the floor. You can really feel that left shoulder drawing down. Right arm reaching up and over. Feel that side body opening. Little tiny micro movements, lengthening through the crown of your head. Drawing that head out of your shoulders. Taking a breath. Inhaling and exhaling, belly button to the spine. On the next inhale, we're going to come back up, all the way up, and we're going to swan dive forward. So engage that belly button, pull it back to your spine, and we're just going to fold forward, scooping the air out of the way, headed straight forward into a forward fold. Wherever that is for you, it might be right here, and that's okay. If you have the space to fold all the way over, and let your hands go to the floor, you can do that. If they don't reach the floor, that's okay. You okay?
Well, it's hard.
Yeah. Chair yoga. So remember, it's different than when you're on the floor. Now, if you're at home and you're on your mat, this is just easy pose, seated on the floor. Now, deep inhale, engage that core, engage that belly button. And inhale, fly right back up, hands overhead. Nice, big, dynamic moves. Excellent. Right here, take a break. Drop the shoulders down, holding a ball over your head. It's almost like you're holding a ball of energy. Sink into it, nice deep breath. On the next exhale, we're going to twist to the right, and you're going to take a hold of that right knee. You can take a hold behind you of the chair. These are great chairs that we have because we can reach behind us and grab onto it and twist and look over your shoulder. So sometimes that twist is about halfway, right here. If this is your first yoga class ever, don't force it. Let your body ease into it. Grow long in your crown, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, twist a little deeper into it. Nice deep breath in. Twist a little deeper. Now, at home, imagine that I'm coming behind you. And I'm going to just touch right behind between your shoulder blades. Bring those shoulder blades back together. Those of you in class, imagine that I'm touching between your shoulder blades. Open it up, twist into it. Twisting is really important. It brings out the system. It helps the digestive system. It helps elimination. It helps our immune system. Keep breathing. Everybody quit breathing. Everybody start breathing again. One more breath. And on the next inhale, inhaling your hands up. We're going to come back to the center. And then we're going to exhale and swan dive forward again. Bring that belly button back. Support that low back. Go only as far as you can go. Pop it out. We're moving lymph. We're moving everything in the body that needs to clear out. Breathe into it. 2 more breaths. And then we're going to come back up. 1 more breath. And then inhaling, coming back up all the way up. Hands overhead, and then exhale, twisting the other way, right here. Beautiful twisting. So there's 6 movements in yoga. There's twisting left, twisting right, forward fold, back bend, lateral side opener left, and lateral side opener right. So that's 6 dynamic directions that the body moves. Oftentimes, as we move through life, we begin to lose the ability to use some of those directions. And the beauty of yoga is that it helps keep them open, fluid, lubricated, moving. Keep breathing. One more breath. And on this breath, inhaling the hands up overhead. Exhale, let the hands fly forward, down, back onto your knees. So if you're at home, you'll move into tabletop. For those of us here on our chairs, we're gonna just sit here nice and tall, drop out of our shoulders, and let's talk about the pelvic floor. So the best way I can describe how to engage the pelvic floor, it's like doing a Kegel. You lift up as if you're gonna cut off a stream of pee, and then you pull your belly button back to your spine. That's your pelvic floor. So even though you're holding your pelvic floor, you're gonna keep breathing. So on the next inhale, we're gonna inhale and we're gonna bring our heart forward, like coming into cow. And then as we exhale, we're gonna arch the back into cat. So this is a front and back movement. And I'm gonna spin just a little bit so you guys can see what it looks like in my body. We're gonna inhale, draw the shoulder blades back together, open that heart, and then exhale back. Grunting and moaning is allowed and welcomed because this feels really good. And the cool thing about this movement is that you can do this anywhere. You can sit on the toilet and do this move. You can sit in the back of the breakfast table. If you're at the office, you can sit at the office and do this. Wherever you're at, inhaling, opening, draw those shoulder blades back together. Lifting through the crown. And then exhaling back, cat it out back. Feel that spine really begin to undulate forward and back. And what's really great about this is that if you do have arthritis in your spine, this movement gets the synovial fluid to warm up, and it gives it more lubrication. And that's all arthritis is that it's that synovial fluid begins to solidify, and then we lose our mobility. So these are ways that you can increase your mobility. Last exhale, cat-cow all the way back. And then inhaling right back to center, dropping out of those shoulders, prolonging your crown. Now, if you have your eyes open, that's great. If you want to look at what I'm going to do, that's cool. But imagine that you have a piece of paper in front of you and a pencil on the end of your nose. And begin to draw a circle with that pencil. Nice and slow. Follow your breath. Just beginning to open the neck in a different way. So the important thing here is that you keep your pencil on the paper. Sometimes when we do neck circles, we want to drop our head behind us, and that's actually really unhealthy for the facets and the spinous process of the neck. So by doing circles this way, this is the mobility you want in your neck. And let your circle on your paper get bigger and more dynamic. What's happening in your jaw? Are you clenching your jaw? What would it feel like to just soften it? When you soften your jaw, your hips soften. Last one, all the way up. Just pause and then go the other direction. So starting with a big dynamic circle, opening that neck, circling it around. Sometimes this makes me dizzy, and so if that begins to happen for you, You just have to slow it down. Give the body time to catch up. It's not a speed race. It's about allowing. Good. 2 more. Let the circles get smaller. And then bring it to the center where the nose is right in the center, right here. Grow long in the crown one more time. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. As you exhale, look over your right shoulder, just only the head, wherever far it'll go. And then inhaling back to center and exhaling, looking over the right shoulder. Nicely done. Inhaling back to center. This time, let your right hand come out in front of you. Bring it across your body. Take a hold of it with your other hand. Now, see where my shoulder is up by my ear? Draw it down. There you go. That's right. Now, take a nice deep breath in. And look the same way that your hand is pointing. So you're going to look over your left shoulder. Take a deep breath in. And look over your right shoulder. Nicely done. We don't realize how tight our neck becomes until we start doing some openers. Inhaling back to center, release that arm down. Inhaling the left arm up, bring it across the body. Same thing here, drop your shoulder down. Take a nice deep inhale. Look where your hand is pointing. Nice deep inhale through the crown of your head. Exhale, look the other way. One more breath. Keep drawing that shoulder down. Keep drawing up out of the crown of your head. Beautiful. Nicely done. Drop that hand down. Take a nice deep breath in. One more big inhale all the way, scooping up the universe. Drawing those hands together, exhaling them down, center line, just to your heart. Seated, Anjali Mudra. Now, when we're working today and standing, if you become tired or it becomes too much, this is where you'll come back to. You'll come here and rest. Since we don't do child's pose in chair yoga, this is our resting point right here. Release the hands down and then come right on up into standing. So just stand up right in front of your chair and then just step to the side so that you can hold on to your chair. Okay, make sure everybody has enough room. So we're going to step our feet wider than hip distance apart, okay? And then with your left toe, spin it to point at the chair, okay? So this is our starting point. Now, you can use your chair to balance, but be careful not to lean on it because it'll come over, okay? So inhaling the other arm up right here. And for those of you who do yoga regularly, you don't have to hold on to the chair, but for those of you who are new, we're going into triangle. We're gonna hinge, so you're gonna bend your elbow on the chair and then bring the top arm up right here, okay? For those of you at home, I'm going to change, but everybody that's comfortable right here, stay here. For those of you who regularly do yoga, you can release the chair, hinge at the hips, and tip in the body here, into triangle, okay? So for the balance with the chair, it's just a soft holding, belly button's engaged, breathing into it, nowhere to go, nothing to do, find your breath. Feel the body begin to open. Good, 2 more breaths. Last one, drawing up, coming back out of it, dropping your hands down, turning your feet back to center, and then step your feet together. We're gonna do a little bit of balance here. So, balance can be done with the chair or without it. What it looks like with the chair is that on the same side that you're going to balance, So for me, it's going to be, for all of you, it's going to be your left hand is where you're starting. So take a hold of the chair, pour into your left foot. So just let your toe, your right toe touch. This might be your balance, okay? Now, balance is really important, especially as we grow older, because we don't want to lose our balance. We want to be able to be strong and balanced. So this might be it right here, while your leg gets used to it. Let your knee be soft. If your knee is locked, your core is not engaged. So do a Kegel, soften that knee, and then if you have the space and you can lift your foot up, you can bring it right here. Bend your knee. There you go. Good. Breathe into it. Find one point that you can look at that's not moving. I'll be moving, so don't look at me. There's lots of great things on the floor you can look at. Maybe find a space on the wall, something that's static. Now play with this. Soften your grip on the chair. Okay? If you have that and you feel confident and you want to bring your arms in, you can bring them up overhead. But don't let go of the chair if that balance is not there. 2 more breaths. Last one. Bring everything down. Step that foot a little bit wider than your hips and give them some circles. Hips are circle joints, so you want to really be able to honor that. Now reverse it, go the other way. Circle joints the other way. Nicely done. Okay, so we're going to step to the other side of our chair. We're going to do all of that again. Okay, so here we are. If you need your hand on your chair, you'll find that one side is different from the other. I'm going to actually turn my chair so the screen can see me well. And so we're going to step wider than hip distance, okay? On the same side that your hand is touching the chair, spin that foot open, okay? So if you were going to look down, you can draw a line from your heel all the way to your arch, okay? So hand on your hip, hinge at the hip, elbow's going to bend, and then we're going to bring our arm up overhead as we tip into triangle, okay? So this helps with balance. For those of you who are feeling confident, you can drop your hands straight down and spin that heart open. Okay, looking good. And I'm going to move, but you guys stay there. Looks really good. And we're going to spin our heart open. Yes, just like that. Just do a little help in class. Imagine that I've come over to you at home, and on the upper arm in the shoulder, I take a hold of your shoulder and just pull it back. Might give you space to look up at the sky, look up at the ceiling. 2 more breaths, you can do it. And then inhaling, coming up, tipping out of it, releasing the hands down, spinning those feet forward. You can walk them together. Keeping a hold of the chair, we're now going to pour into the right foot because your right hand is on the chair. Engage that pelvic floor, engage that belly button, pour into that left foot, lift that right foot off. Remember, start right here. See where your strength is. If you have any hip replacements or knee replacements, honor that. Okay? Other foot. There you go. Right foot is supporting foot. And lift it. There you go. And remember, it doesn't have to be high. Now, if you have confidence that this feels really good, you can bring your hands up. But that is just for those of you who've got your balance. Engage that pelvic floor. That's good. Soften your shoulders. Shoulders don't have to hold you up. Okay? If it would be helpful, you can bring that free hand up overhead. Sometimes that helps. Sometimes it feels good for it to be on your hip. 2 more breaths. Last one, bring it down. Step that foot wider than your hips. We're just going to do one balance each side today because as we build the strength in our legs, then we'll do some more. Nicely done. Circling it back around. Good job. Okay. So coming around to the front of your chair, so you guys are gonna have your back towards me. You can watch me first and then you can do it. We're gonna stand in front of our chair and we're gonna take a nice deep inhale and then we're gonna exhale and go straight forward, okay? So if you're not very flexible in your hamstrings, you can bend your knees. And we're just gonna come in, this is a forward fold, okay? So right here, that's right, deep breath in. And then right forward to the chair. There you go. Engage that pelvic floor so your knees are soft. There you go. Very good. Now, the work is going to be here, is going to be in our hamstrings. So our feet are hip distance apart, and we're gonna soften our knees, like we're gonna sit back in the chair, and then we're gonna lift them up. Now, this is only about a 2-inch move. So soften your knees a little bit, and then lift them up. Now, I'm gonna do them bigger so you can see what I'm doing. You're gonna soften your knees, and you're gonna lift them up. And you're gonna soften your knees, and then you're gonna lift up your tail. And then you're gonna soften and lift. Now, the breath goes like this. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Exhaling down, inhaling up, and pause right here. Now, no locking the knees, keep your core engaged. We're gonna step our right foot forward between the legs of the chair, okay? And then step your left foot back just a little bit and come into a little bit of a lunge. Just a teeny lunge, bend that front knee. The chair is there to support it. Just a little lunge. See if you can let your heel go all the way to the floor. Breathe into it. Okay, nicely done. 2 more breaths. Feel both heels work to the floor, bend that front knee. Sink into it. Sink into it like you're gonna kneel down, but you're not bending, you're just gonna sink into it. Let those hamstrings open. Nicely done. Inhaling, we're gonna step the left foot next to the right foot, so you're gonna be standing close to the chair, so you have more of a forward fold happening here. And then you're gonna step the other foot back and lunge into it. This is a lunge. So make sure as you do this that you're pressing down on the chair, not out in the chair. Because if you press out in your chair, it's gonna slide. So you wanna press down in your chair. This is why it's important that your chair at home has no wheels on it, okay? Deep breath, breathe in. I'm noticing on this side, my right calf muscle's tighter than my left one. So breathe into it, keeping those legs open, lengthening through the crown. Nicely done. On the next inhale, step that right foot forward to meet the left one, and then walk your hands up the chair so that you're standing in front of the chair, and then turn around. Right here. Okay? So here we are, back in front of our chair. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're gonna sit back down on our chair. So you can grab onto it if you need to. Who knew that it could be so much work to get to back sitting in a chair? All right, bring those feet right back out in front of you. We're gonna do 2 more postures, and then we'll do a brief meditation, and we'll be done, okay? So on the next inhale, I'm gonna have you take a hold of your right leg, and you're gonna pick it up and cross it over your other leg. Now, if your legs don't cross, okay, they might cross like this, and that's okay too, okay? So a lot of times people will tell you not to cross your legs. It's okay. Go ahead and hook around and drop nice and tall. And then we're gonna take a nice deep breath in, and we're gonna slide the hand down the long side of our legs and twist into it. This is our final twist. Now, for those of you who are super stretchy and you want a little bit more of a twist, you can always hug the knee in and twist. Okay? Be where you want to be. For me, today, crossing my legs is enough. Couple things are happening here. Releasing in the lower lumbar spine, working all that IT band down that leg. Looking over your shoulder, wringing out the end of today. Bringing out anything you no longer need. Now, inhaling, pulling your head back to center, then your hands coming right back here to where you started. Take a break here. Just feel your hip bones or your sit bones anchor down into the chair and do some circles with that crossed foot. Circle it one way and circle it the other way. So the interesting thing about circling our ankles support us and move us through life. It's very important that we keep them nice and mobile. All right, uncross the legs, take a minute. Now the counter pose for this is to walk your feet open and then walk your feet back. And walk your feet open and walk your feet back. Okay? So just to change what was happening in those hips. Now, other side, pour into that other hip, cross the other leg. So it's going to be your left leg. Notice how this side's different. It's different, isn't it? Left side to right side. It might not be quite as mobile. That's okay. Grow up nice and tall. Slide that hand down your hip, twist into it. You can use the back of your chair to help you. Engage your belly button to your spine, grow up long in your crown. Nice deep breath. Last twist of the day. Two more breaths. Last one. Inhaling, turning that head, looking over your other shoulder, the complete ring out. And then coming back to center with your shoulders. Do it slowly. Support that low back, coming back to nice and tall. And then circle that foot, that left foot, one way. And then reverse it and circle it the other way. Very nicely done. And then uncross your legs, walk those feet open just to counter pose it, give that hip some space, walk them back together, walk them open. And remember, your legs may not walk as wide open as mine, and that's okay. With hip replacements, with knee replacements, our bodies do different things. So bring your feet back underneath your knees, grow up nice and tall, bring your elbows in, drop those shoulders down, close your eyes. Let's take a nice deep breath. And we're gonna end with some nice three-part breath. And so how we do three-part breath is you inhale to the bottom of your lungs, then to the middle, then to the top, and then exhale the same from the top to the center, down. We'll do this 5 times. Deep breath in. Again, deep breath in. Feel the body come all the way back into stillness. Three more. Two more. Find the stillness and thinking mind. Notice how the witness can see the breath. Nicely done. Nice deep breath in. Hands overhead. Palms come together. Exhaling down to your heart. When I am one with myself, and you are one with yourself, together we are one. Namaste.
Namaste.